I want to find out some other things about you. What did you watch on the plane to and from Abu Dhabi? What's interesting you these days outside of racing?
Um, Shoot. What did I watch on the plane? I had really high hopes of being productive on the plane. Gone.
Right.
I played some
I've had those
poker.
trips. I've had those trips too. Like, dude, I'm not even going to turn on the Wi-Fi. I'm just going to work. It's going to be a time to not be bothered by the world. And then like after an hour, I get bored and I'm like, let me get access, see who's messaged me on Instagram.
Yeah, so I
People in England are waking up about now.
solid.
Okay, so you played some poker.
Played some poker. I watched Babylon,
Okay,
which I didn't get to see. It kind of came and went. I didn't really hear much about it.
right.
But it looked fascinating. A lot of new movies just look really stupid. So I'm hard. Like they kept throwing that Barbie movie in my face, dude. Every plane I got on, it was like Barbie was the first thing that I saw, and I was like, "You shut your mouth." Um, so I'm holding out strong. Haven't seen Barbie yet. I rewatched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the cartoon.
Okay,
Solid, still solid.
okay.
What else did I watch? I listened to some music though. They got some music on the planes. I forgot my headphones, and that was a big loss for me. So I had to like really rely on that little unit and chair in front of me. Um,
They
yeah,
didn't
I
give
watched a couple of movies I hadn't
they,
seen
they
before.
didn't give
Just
you the headphones.
no, they gave me headphones for the
Right,
screen,
right,
but I forgot my headphones that go with my phone,
right.
my Bluetooth headphones. So I was like, I can't listen to any of my own music. I can't download any movies. Like I'm out of luck here.
We
Um,
we too held out on Barbie, and then a couple of our friends were like, "You actually should watch it." We actually watched it.
mhm.
It's good.
Are you saying that because you're supposed to, or like,
No, 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 no. Like it's not what you think. Like it's it's like fuck, how do you even describe it?
did you see that Theo Vaughn podcast clip of him talking about Barbie movie?
No, what did he
That's
say?
how I feel about it. He was like, no, I haven't seen Barbie movie because if you were a kid and your mom and dad were there and your dad went to see Barbie movie, that's how you got a stepdad.
So that's sort of the whole point that that's sort of the point of the movie is that we
Nice.
all have kind of this like everybody loves Barbie, but everybody actually fucking hates Barbie. Like that's sort of what the movie takes on, like men and women both. And so it like I think the the first thought would just be like, well, this clearly isn't for me, it's for girls. And then the second level is like the crazy right saying it's this woke anti-guy thing, but it takes on both. It takes on the male stuff and the female stuff like pretty equally, right? Like like Ken is just shit on like a lot, right? Because it's Barbie's world. Why would Ken have anything? And that's sort of the point. So, like a lot of movies try to make a message and be cutesy. This one is kind of like the subversive, like,
Okay.
like it's not cutesy. It's kind of subversive and fucked up. How kind of the world we all live in. Um, so definitely worth it. Watch it with the wife. We both liked it. Like she had needed more convincing than me. Now, should it be at the top of your list? I don't know. I don't know what you're into, but I could say as movies go, I'm glad that we put it in and spent 2 hours on in our bed. We laughed, right? And now I've watched the video for I'm Just Ken a few times after because I think that's funny, right? And I think they both did like an amazing job, right? Like
Okay.
they're very funny. Um,
Solid.
so yeah, very good movie. Not
I
as good,
saw.
not as good as the my favorite movies of the year, like
Okay.
best movies of the year were oh fuck, what was the movie I just saw? Oh my god.
I saw Godzilla -1, the Japanese, the one that just came out.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Dude, it's from the original Toho like producers that made the original Godzilla and everything, and all those fun ones where
That we
he's
remember
fighting
as
all the different
kids,
monsters.
right?
Yeah. So they made a new version, kind of relaunching Godzilla. Solid.
So not the bullshit Godzilla versus Kong, like kind of
No,
overly
this
lame
is
Marvel
like
version.
this is an origin story um right after World War II
Okay, I'll see that.
of Godzilla. And dude, it's getting crazy reviews. It has like a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
Right.
It's like solid. It's a good movie.
I can't think. I'm so embarrassed now because it's like my favorite movie of the year, and I can't remember the name of it because I'm old and I'm sick. Because there's been some really good movies come out this year. Like I loved Oppenheimer, but it wasn't nearly as good as what's the movie I just saw?
A movie that
Hey,
just came out that was really good.
yeah.
Oh, there was some one called like The Creator or something about like AI or something. Someone told me I really needed to see that.
No, I'm just gonna type in best movies of the year, and it'll remind me because it just came out. Best movies of the year, according to 150. Oh, Killers of the Flower Moon. That's the best movie of the year. Killers of the Flower Moon, Scorsese movie, starring DiCaprio and uh and De Niro. That's the best movie of the year.
Okay. I somewhat struggle with um I don't know anything about that. I don't know what it looks like, but since it's Scorsese, I'm guessing it's like regular life stuff. Like it has to be a really compelling story in a regular life setting for me to watch it, or it needs to have something that takes me out of this world, like monsters, aliens, robots, something along those lines. I probably got this from my dad, but like if I just go watch a movie about like regular people talking about regular shit, I'm just like, I don't care. I can go talk to someone on the street and get a story about like some shit going on with his sister and her husband and how weird it's making our lives and how we have to like balance that with our job. Like
Right.
I don't find that interesting. But like even if it's not that great of a movie, I'm gonna go watch like, Godzilla or an alien movie, you know. I'm always about sci-fi and what I can find there. So
I think it's mood dependent. Like I'm I can go for a lot of just like I can go for the talking in rooms kind of movie sometimes. Like, Oppenheimer is kind of like that. A lot of like, it's a lot of there's not a lot of action sequences. There's a lot of how do we figure out what the fuck's going on in this guy's mind and how he reconciled I created this thing and broke the rules of science to create this thing that could mean the end of the world, right? Like how that we're going to show that for 3 hours and like how his effect on the world and his effect on him and he's a fucking weirdo and like that to me is really cool. Um
yeah, and
but
that's larger than life. That's not like regular everyday stuff. That's kind of like there's bigger things going on
right, but
rather
there's not a
than,
lot of action. There is just an awful lot of talking, right?
and that's
Then I mean
fine.
there's the big scene, like there's the big scene that everybody talks about where like they finally test the fucking thing. um but uh but yeah, that's a good one. I'd say it's been a pretty good year that way because I don't see a lot of new movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I take my kids to them, like the Disney and the Marvel ones, and I don't put much, although I did like the one you talked about, the latest one, the Spider-Verse,
Yeah,
the the third one or the second
the second
cartoon
one,
one. Yeah.
solid.
That was really good. Was that this year or was that last Christmas?
I think that was this year. I don't
Well,
know. This
the
year, like, has kind of blended into last year, so it's like the same year,
can I
really.
tell you that I watch a lot of YouTube content and
Oh yeah.
I can get stuck in YouTube forever. And I found this one guy that I'd never heard of before, right? It's called Red Bar, and he just basically shits on all these comics that annoy the hell out of me, and so he's become my fucking hero because I'm not into like any of the Rogan, Kreischer, like any of those fucking guys. Like
Really.
I don't think they're funny, and I'm amazed that they're like become these like global rich sensations. And he just
Who's a comic that you like?
currently,
Yeah.
I used to say the only people that came out with specials that I would watch would be Rock, Chappelle, Louis C.K. Right? That would probably be the only ones I would watch.
Okay.
Everybody else, I'll watch the clip on YouTube, or the preview, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Now that guy Nate Barsgate, he's hilarious. Okay, so he's got
Bargatze.
Bargatze.
Yeah, he's
Hilarious.
fun. I got to see him. Chris Mendoza took me to see him.
Nice.
And he was a blast.
Nice. I did watch the last Mullally special, Baby J. It was pretty funny. I've known, some people know I know Mark Maron really well, so I'm a fan of his stuff most of the time. But this guy just takes apart these guys and all the stupid fucking, like, the I can't even think of their names. Oh my god. Who's the biggest star in the world, right? Jake Paul, like all those guys, and just how they're all just like basically ripping people off all the time with their garbage.
Mhm.
Anyway, he's my hero. He does these like 7 to 8 hour shows, but they get clipped into like 20-minute or 1 hour shows where he breaks down what's bad about these people. And it's like the craziest train of thought you've ever experienced. And it's laugh out loud fun. Like, he's very mean. He's very inappropriate. And it kills me and my wife. We die laughing.
Awesome.
So go look him up. Go look up Red. Just type in Red Bar, and don't watch a whole hour. Just fast forward through, because he talks a lot. Like, he'll take a lot. He'll describe a bit. He goes far too long. Sometimes you might have to watch it at 1.5 times speed. I just watch it for a few minutes. Who are you watching on YouTube?
I have a lot of like golf content that I like to watch because it's mindless. Don't really pay attention to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of bounce around that sort of stuff. There's a lot to take in. I'm one of those weirdos, okay? I always thought this was super freaking stupid, and I've become one of those idiots, all right? Where
what?
I will watch someone else play a video game.
Okay.
I always thought that was retarded. Like, how are you going to watch someone else play a video game? Why don't you play the video game, you jerk? And what I've realized is this is so much more efficient. I can watch someone else that I find entertaining, which most of these video game YouTubers are freaking nerds. There's a couple that I kind of like. And I end up watching them play the video game so that I don't have to. They'll cut through some of the nonsense. They'll show you the good stuff. You feel like you're hanging out. Yeah, look at that sweet video game. Oh my God, look, you shot that guy. And then that's it. And then I'm done. And I don't have to buy that game. I don't have to play it. Nothing like that. And I can also have it kind of on in the background while I do something else, versus like playing a video game. There's certain ones that I have to, right? But also I've kind of fallen behind technology. My PlayStation 4 just doesn't cut it anymore, and I'm not really in the position to spend $600 on a PlayStation 5 just so I can play the new Spider-Man game.
Tell that to my son Jackson, who's got a 4 and wants a 5. Like, he got a 4 last year. We're not getting you a 5, dude. Not happening. Do you like Laserbeam? Do you watch him at all?
No.
Oh,
I don't know who that is.
How can you not watch Laserbeam? Amazing YouTube content creator.
Really?
Really funny. Australian guy. His name's Laserbeam, but he's Laserbeam.
Okay.
Very funny.
Fair enough. Yeah, I get on the YouTube, I'll just get buried in. I'll go for it. Did you not like Carlin back in the day?
Oh, Carlin, come on. Carlin was my fucking hero.
Okay.
I'm talking about nowadays. Carlin was legit my hero. Carlin is probably one of the reasons I started comedy. I watched all the specials when I was a kid. I had his tapes. I got to meet him once. I'm talking about current. No, Carlin's one of my heroes.
Current. Yeah, I don't know. Not a lot of people are inspiring to see currently.
No, they're bad.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some podcasts. I find some comedians are better on the podcast when they just kind of riff than when they're actually doing their stand-up.
I've seen Theo's pretty funny. You talked about Theo Vaughn. Yeah. I think he's pretty funny. I knew him. I met him a couple times in LA back when I was there. He was just starting out. He was just the guy from Road Rules. Now he's become a worldwide sensation. So I see why people like him, because he seems at least somewhat more genuine than these fucking a-holes.
Yeah, I went to the Comedy Store, and I got to see a bunch of people that was pretty fun. Joey Diaz was funny.
Coco
who
Diaz.
Was it? Who were the other ones that I saw? Joey Diaz, Chris D'Elia was there. I saw Whitney Cummings.
Yes, all those people that people like don't like. Whitney Cummings, not a fan of.
Yeah, it wasn't.
D'Elia, not a fan of at all.
What's it called?
Joey Diaz, I did stand up with Joey Diaz, Portland, Maine, 1999.
Really?
4th till May 1999. And even then, everybody knew he was a fucking lunatic, right? And so, yeah, sure enough, I think I picked him up. They had me pick him up from the airport, and he asked me where we could get blow in, like, I think almost 5 minutes. And I was like,
Oh my
"Yeah, man,
God.
I'm from, like, I'm from Boston. I'm not. That's not my scene, man. I'm like, I drink and that's it, you know."
Yeah, that's I'd say most people fit into your box. I would hope. I think.
Well, I mean, people that do a lot of drugs do a lot of drugs. I was just always broke, so I never did a lot of drugs. I just drank a lot. But no, it was like a joke though. It's like it's almost a parody of itself. Like, he got in the car with me and he's like, "Hey, let's get some blow," kind of a thing. But he was good to me. He was nice to me. Like, we worked together the whole week, so I have nothing but bad. You know, if I'm opening for you and you treat me well, then you're a good guy.
Nice. I'm glad that worked out.
And look at him now. It's 100 years later, and he's still doing it. And I've got the best podcast in OCR. Now, listen, the votes haven't come out yet for this year. We're about to find out who the most popular podcast in OCR is.
From who? Who's voting on what?
From OCR Buddy. It used to be Mud Run Guy.
Okay. I just want to. Okay. OCR Buddy. What happened? All right. I know. Like, I'm not the biggest deal in the world, and I'm not trying to say that I am.
Were you not nominated this year?
I was not nominated as like male OCR athlete, the world champion. I went undefeated in like the 3K series and everything. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe like I didn't expect to win, but not even a nomination. And people are really putting that second place Savage series like way up here, dude. Way up here. Kempson was nominated, but not me.
I think even though I have been nominated and won those awards, it is interesting who posts to it, because there are certain things that get nominated that I'm like, I've never heard of that thing or person, and I've got my hand on the pulse. I'm wearing by the way, I don't know if you noticed, I'm wearing a Tuesday t-shirt.
I wanted to mention that because it is Wednesday. And I refuse. I've never worn that shirt. I have that same exact shirt. I'm a supporter. All right. I consider myself part of the running public.
Right.
But I won't wear that except on a Tuesday. That's the only day I could wear that shirt.
I would never wear a yellowish orange running public shirt, and I see those everywhere. This to me is the cooler one. A, because it's black. B, it always makes people ask questions. It's a great conversation starter.
Absolutely.
Tuesday. It's but people out in the world like have no idea, right?
Right.
They're like, what's special about the pen? Why does it say it 3 times? It's a great conversation starter, and I just like black, and I think I look good in black. But anyhow,
yeah,
it's weird, dude. I don't know who sees these things, because yes, Savage is like, who pays attention to that? And then there's like UK things that get voted on, the most popular men and women. I was like, I don't know some of these people, so who the fuck knows? So even though I win, I understand it's a weird contest. So I always want to win, and if I don't, I won't.
Fair enough. I feel the same.
Have you been voted favorite in any of these over the years?
No, I'm nobody's favorite. I'm just always there.
Have you been second favorite? Have you been runner up?
I don't know. I've never looked.
Oh, okay. Feels like someone would tell you.
Next year though.
Push.
Next year we're gonna reach the pinnacle. All right. We're gonna be the OCR Buddy Athlete of the Year. And that I'm gonna put on my wall.
Announced nominations, just put it on your thing once. Hey, if you want to vote for me, that gets you in the voting. And then once the final happens.
Yeah, first I gotta try to break through that glass ceiling of nomination. And once we get nominated,
I think
you think so?
Though. Who's on there? Who's on there now? Kempson?
I think it's Kempson, Atkins, and Ryland.
That is surprising that Kempson would be on there, because we barely have seen him, right?
Yeah. Anywho, I think we have a little segue into like talking about next year. Like, do you have any opinions on next year and what you're excited for? I could talk about what I'm excited for. Like, is this only the obstacle course racing media or obstacle racing media podcast?
We could talk about everything you want. I think, to everyone's surprise and no one's surprise, Spartan goes, you know what? Remember this 3K thing that we said was the future? Bye. Back to Sprint Super Beast.
Huge mistake.
Back to Sprint Super Beast.
It's like, you either should have stuck with it, or like you just broke the 3K in. People just got to the point where they're like, okay, I get it. We're understanding it. And then you're like, nah. It's like if you would have done this for another year, it probably would have started to kind of roll a little more because you just started getting buy-in from the athletes kind of in the second half of the year. And once the athletes start buying in, then everyone else will. And you can capitalize on this. Instead, you're just going to take a step back and we're going to go back to Mountain Beast where everyone's walking around and no one's going to see anything. So it's just like you kind of, I don't know why you're trying to not execute on anything anywhere, but we got 2 3Ks on the books next year. There's 2 of them, I guess.
Where?
Spartan Pan American Championships in Seattle has a 3K and a beast. And there is a short course world championship that is yet to be announced as far as where it is.
So we know Abu Dhabi's happening again because they just re-signed the contract.
And they're doing that as the Beast World Championship, but they're doing the short course separately.
So what do you think, Mammoth?
Well, that's OCR Worlds. It's a different weekend.
Okay. You going to go to that one?
I think so. If nothing conflicts this time. I was just in a weird spot. Nobody knew what was going to happen with Spartan taking over for the first time. So it was kind of like, I didn't know if I wanted to show up and it was going to be like really shitty. So did the Alpha Warrior thing, had a good time, you know?
Well, before we get to Alpha Warrior, I just brought up the whole 2024 race according to Spartan.
Okay.
2024 NorCal Spartan event weekend, TBD NorCal, November 16th and 17th. Is that Mammoth? TD NorCal? Or is that different?
Not sure, but that might be in the right time frame to host a short course.
No, wait,
it's around
wait a minute. They've been selling tickets, so it has to be announced already. Hang on. OCRWC 2024. Sorry.
Oh yeah, OCRWC is the 4th,
October
5th, and 6th of
right.
Yeah. I have that on my calendar right here. I have everything written down that I want to do on this calendar, except that short course world championship.
So you can't currently register for this. Why not?
Which one?
2024 OCRWC.
You can't.
It says 2024 registration opens soon.
Oh, well, I guess you need to qualify, but historically you could qualify. I don't know. We'll see.
So
hopefully they figure that out.
You're saying you don't know. You're saying they may not do a world championship in Abu Dhabi next year for the 3K.
Yes. They've announced the Beast, but they have not announced where the short course location is going to be. So we don't know. And I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. Based on the attitude from a lot of the locals out there towards Spartan Race and how things went, I don't know if they're going to try to break contract and not do the event there next year, or if they're actually going to tough it out and just stick with it.
Don't they have to? Joe just made a huge deal.
I know, but then he had to open his mouth and say some shit that no one cared about, but then it like came back to bite him.
Right, but the people at the very top, I don't think care, dude. I think the people in the middle do. People at the very top are like, Joe, we don't give a shit. Here's our money.
Fair enough.
Come back.
Fair enough. But the thing is, like, they had issues with some of the partners that they had, some of the suppliers that they were working with.
Let's air it all out. This is the show to do that on.
Okay. So I heard from some people.
I'm gonna need refreshments though. I'm out of both. My wife, look at this. I can't leave the house.
You went through 2 coffees. Get yourself a big Top Gun Maverick cup like your boy and drink some water.
Right? Water.
And feel good.
I have been crushing the Pedialyte. Stacy brings me home a fresh, new giant thing of Pedialyte every day. We've been alternating orange and grape.
If Pedialyte didn't have that artificial sweetener, I might be down.
That's the magic. That's the electrolytes. That's the magic.
Electrolytes and artificial sweeteners are not the same thing.
Shut up. I feel like this has been working. Remember how we said sickness is a mindset? You and I have been talking for over an hour. You've lightened my mood. Okay.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
I feel like I like obstacle racing again.
So you like, so I think we've got like, you like me
I like you.
And I've made you like obstacle racing. So VJ is obstacle racing. That's going on the 2024 banners. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna put that on my media kit. I'm gonna say Matt B. Davis and a little quote that says VJ Jones is obstacle course racing.
And next to Matt B.
In
Davis,
quotes.
and then dash Matt B. Davis, most decorated obstacle racing podcaster.
I can do that. I'm gonna design it in Canva and I'm gonna send you a copy.
Author of Down and Dirty: The Essential Guide to Obstacle Course Racing and Mud Runs. Oh yeah. What else? Featured on Rise of the Sufferfest documentary.
That's right. There was that. I forgot that happened. That was really early in my career.
You should watch that. It's a good one.
Was it good?
Great. It's an amazing capsule of that time of OCR. You should definitely watch it. It's a great capsule of like 12 to 15. I think it came
How
out
do you
16.
source funding for a documentary? I want to do
he tried,
a year.
It didn't really work for him.
Damn.
He asked.
I'd love to do an elite like a kind of like a full swing or an F1 Drive to Survive.
This, dude. You and I have talked about this stuff. You just got to start shooting. You just have to start shooting.
Well, I was hoping to get paid 20 grand and then just be able to put it all into paying somebody to film everything.
Right, but that's the thing. You got to start doing it. You and your lady, you just got to start doing it on yourself. You just got to just do it.
We're gonna do it.
Like
starting on the first of the year.
I taught myself to edit. If I can teach myself to edit, you can, because I was like,
I can edit. It just takes, it's so tedious. It takes time.
What are you using?
Premiere Pro.
Okay, good. I was gonna say Final Cut and Premiere, the two big ones. And if you can learn to edit on those, you can make something cool. Just you'll get better and it takes less time. All right, hang on a second. I'm gonna get something. Hang on. You could promote your, what do you got to promote? BlackRock OCRs, Sheila Jeet, promote whatever you want.
Yeah, so I don't have sponsors. I appreciate the thought of having sponsors, and I appreciate those times in my life when I did have sponsors, but I no longer have those. I do still support Venga CBD, which is a local Colorado company making products for the endurance athlete, completely WADA compliant, which most other CBD companies are not. So if we start testing an OCR and hybrid, people are going to start popping for THC, which is the ultimate performance enhancer of athletic performance. Okay. So if you're taking THC, you're illegal, and it's an unfair advantage. I know that makes you run faster. So please be honest and take your CBD THC free. VengaCBD.com/VJ. That's my landing page. I know you're going to remember it. If you don't, just write it down and make sure to click that link. Yeah, pretty exciting times in OCR. We're gonna start a documentary. All right, starting on the first of the year. If anyone wants to lend advice to a documentary, let me know. I'm not sure what it is, what we're gonna do. Maybe I'm gonna follow the same model as the 2017 CrossFit documentary. 2017 CrossFit documentary is one of the best like sports films I've ever watched. I will rewatch that, but 10 to 12 times a year. Whenever I'm feeling down, need a little motivation, the Redeemed and the Dominant picks me right back up. The rise of Tia Claire Toomey and just the solidification of freaking Matt Frazier being a champion is that really gets me going. So I'd love to make that, but for OCR. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're going to jump in on. Really going to start putting that together. Maybe it'll be like, VJ Jones, Birth of a Champion or something. Because next year we're just going to win everything. Okay? All of it. Anything that exists and is out there, we're going to try to win that. I got this big calendar on the floor right in front of me. I was working on it last night, figuring out where we want to go, where we want to race. Pretty cool. I'm going to let y'all in on it, and then I'm not going to tell Matt because He doesn't get to know. I'm splitting next year into 2 halves. Okay. Half one, part one of 2024 is hybrid. That's right. High rocks. I got a DEKA fit in there too on 420. Gang. So we're looking at 2 high rocks in the first half of the year. And we did our first high rocks, dude. I know this is ORM, not hybrid fitness media or whatever the other one is. So we're not supposed to talk about high rocks. We're going to talk about it. Your boy got kicked in the pants really hard by a high rocks. We weren't fully prepared for it. I feel like we were prepared earlier this year, but we weren't for this last one. But it's all good. It's all good, dude. It's a learning experience. We got to feel it out, feel those stations. I felt so bad after the lunges. I stopped for a water break, dude, just to put it in perspective of how beat down I was. I love to finish my year with a reminder that, like, you ain't shit. All right. Every time I win an OCR World Championship, come back, do something that makes me feel like crap, like finish 11th at Spartan World Championships with a fever. Win the U.S. National Series. The next day, start Spartan games and get beat down by all these other guys. So, it happens. But that's just my trajectory. I need to have a really bad performance right before the off season to really motivate us to reach new heights, to skyrocket into the sky and reach our true potential. Okay. And 2024, the year of potential, of realizing potential, of creating. No, there's a word in there that I'm looking for. You know what it is. I don't. So we're going to move on. Okay. So we're getting a nice mix of stuff here. We're going to do a Tough Mudder, first Tough Mudder 8-hour. And immediately after that, we're doing the King of Goofy Games, Gov Games in Dubai. We're going back, baby. Team Colorado. We're coming back. We want to get in on that. We got a little bit of change up in the team. We had some freaking ankle weights we were dealing with. Ryan Kent, Rich Ryan. These guys were just, I don't know what they were doing. Okay. We replaced them. It was their choice to leave, but we replaced them. Okay. Moving up, top-notch team coming in. We'll announce that one day. After that, in March, High Rocks, Houston. All right. I don't know if I've ever been to Houston other than the airport, but we're going to be going to that one, get a little redemption from this last one. And, we're going to step it up. We're doing like 6 weeks of bodybuilding coming up in the next little bit. And then we're going to be leaning in and we're going to hit that High Rocks, dude. Hashtag yoked Veejay, get ready 2024.
So
right?
have I missed your whole 2024 plan? Is that what I missed this whole time?
Nah, we went through a whole lot of stuff. We were chatting about the future and plans and sponsors. And I did a whole podcast while you were away. It's unreal. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But then I did get into 2024 because I don't know, my train of thought just led there. And I have this calendar sitting here. And yeah, we can talk about it if you want, if you're into that sort of thing. I didn't know if I was allowed to talk about High Rocks on this podcast.
You can talk about whatever you want. I would love to talk about how an athlete like yourself does approach this. Spartan has gone back to the regular distances. You do want to do some of the hybrid stuff. What are you thinking?
Okay. So I was doing a lot of High Rocks prep earlier this year. And then I shifted away from it to do a Spartan race. And the Spartan race went really well. And then when I did a High Rocks, it went really bad. Really bad. Okay. 64-51.
That's horrible.
That is horrible. That's like a don't show your face again horrible.
That's like 20th. What is that? 20th? What place did you finish? 25th?
I finished like 8th.
Oh my God. Not even top 5.
At a local event. Okay. That's like me showing up to a local Spartan race and getting like 10th, man. That's like, woof.
So anyway, you showed up to the LA Convention Center.
Yes.
Okay. Wait a minute. You're from Colorado.
I am from Colorado. Good guess.
So you said local.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it would be the equivalent of me going to like a local Spartan race and getting handled.
But it,
right?
but it, oh, right. I see what you're saying. So,
Yep. It
so,
wasn't a major. It's not like I got 8th at a major. I
right,
showed up to the Los Angeles Convention Center and got handled.
right.
All right.
So who beat you? Who were the 7 men who beat you?
I don't know all their names. That's how bad it was. All
Was
right.
one of them,
Austin
was
Azar,
one of them
Jesse Bruce.
Nick Riker?
I did better time than Nick Riker's first time. So that I am above the Riker line.
So you got beat by all the Canadians. You get beat by Austin, Jesse, all the other Canadians.
Isaac Sanderson, the other one.
Sanderson.
Yeah. So he beat me pretty good. We were hanging out for a while, and then I just kind of like crumbled to the ground. Yeah. So I'm going to change my approach to how we're getting ready for it, and I feel really good about how we're going to do this. So we got a little like base building and like bodybuilding that we're going to do, and then we're going to lean in. So the first few months of this year, the first 5 months are completely 100% High Rocks dedicated. We're full-fledged High Rocks through the end of the High Rocks season. And then right after that,
hang on a second. Just let's we're looking at the macro. And we're going to make an assumption here.
The macaron.
That the Spartan World Championship is another 20K hanging out there. Big payday, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
In December.
Mm-hmm.
Do we back up our year based on that? Like, well, shit, I'm probably going to try to go for that again. And then here's the other monies I can win.
But you see, that 20K is still just potential 20K. We don't know. Spartan might be like, this 20K is what is really sending us over the end. Let's declare bankruptcy, and then we'll start over. So I don't know. Who knows? So next year, like, we had some good performances. If I can get some sponsors under me, then we can actually like continue to pursue this, because I don't have a lot of expenses. It doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of sponsors to keep me afloat. A little bit of money goes a long way.
Are you still under Venga?
Venga and I work together, but it's not really like a monetary partnership. It's kind of just like a partnership where I support them, they support me.
You need to make an announcement to all the other CBD companies. Like, listen,
No, I am loyal to Venga. I cannot use anything else. It is so much of a better product than anything else that exists. It's like flying first class and then stepping back into coach. It is legit that good.
If they don't give you money based on that statement alone, there's something wrong with them. Because I just said to you, I'll offer you some money. You're like, no, I actually use this product.
Send them this clip. Anyway, they're great guys, great company, great product. I can't work with anybody else.
What categories are you open for? Sports drink?
I'm talking to a nutrition company, which
energy
I think is going to go somewhere. So
pre-race, post-race,
energy drink. Nutrition, clothing, sunglasses, skincare routines, footwear, the whole everything. We're open. I'm trying to figure out some options.
The big three?
No.
Let's pull up this clip from Jerry Maguire.
Okay. So
while you're talking, I'm going to pull it up.
If anyone out there is listening to this podcast and has attachments to Adidas, hit me up. Okay. Adidas is the dream. Okay. That is the gold standard for your boy. I want an Adidas contract.
You know who has an Adidas contract right now?
Who?
Ethics. Get really good at ethics.
What is that? Ethics.
What is ethics? I just put out an amazing video.
Oh, I saw you doing like heavy squats, bro.
Right.
I saw you doing some heavy squats.
Which know is my jam.
Yeah. You're that guy.
I'm that guy.
I don't know. Are they in the US, or is that like a not US
I have an
thing?
amazing 3-minute clip. We'll even play it without the sound on for this, because we don't want to
do you know it well enough that you can recite it?
Well, I want to show it to you, and then we'll talk
about
it.
Okay. Okay. Play it with the sound. Oh, can you get copywritten?
No. It's just sometimes Zoom is weird with it.
All right.
And I just didn't want it to fucking, you know what I mean? I just didn't want it to be a crazy cat. YouTube studio. Where's my fucking studio? I just made this video all by myself. Very proud of myself. I could never do this. But now I am a big boy. Okay, here we go. Pause it. Oh, pause. Are you taking off your shirt? He's taking off his shirt. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were playing a Jerry Maguire clip.
No. We're gonna do. So here's this first section. Okay.
Okay, shoulder to overhead.
What?
Bam! Oh, look at the
rep
form.
max. 1 rep max.
Okay? Oh, so it's not a strict press. That's
You,
nice.
you and your partner. Yep. Split it. Anything you want to do.
Yoink.
Right.
And this is just CrossFit.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Can you hear that or no?
Yeah. CrossFit for the community. Nah.
I'm gonna mute it. She fucking.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
Boom. All
right,
right,
so that's the belt on.
So you both do that, and you have like 8 minutes to do it. Then you do 10 rep max back squat. Both of you do that. All right.
Okay.
Then here comes the fun part. You ready for the fun part? Well,
yeah.
Little refuel zone. You get 10 minutes in here. Give you some delicious juice. Right. Then here we go. Part A, 5K run on a curved treadmill. Okay?
Oh.
Or
max distance in 25 minutes. Oh, so if you get to the 5K, it's capped.
Yep.
That's as far as you can go. Okay.
Right. How fast can you do it? Then guess what else part B is? While you're doing that, boom, 1 minute, 1 meter ski road. I mean, it's not 1 meter. It should be 1 km. Why does it say 1 meter? Is it 1 meter or 1 km?
Who posted this?
2 km roads, 5K bike. Right. So that's the thing. How do you do this with your partner? Right. Should one person do all the running? Should one person do all the machines? Do you switch off? Right.
Oh, I see. So do you do that? Okay. So you can do like half of the 5K and someone's doing the ski, and then you switch and someone jumps in on the row or something like that. Okay. So usually, or does that happen after the 5K? Does the 5K have to happen first as part A?
You just you can't not start the bike, the run. You got to start the run, and then usually someone will knock out the row, right? And then from there, then you start switching back and forth. But the 1K row takes, 4 minutes.
Yeah, someone needs to hit the row and the bike at the same time, because whoever comes off the treadmill is going to have dead legs.
But you can't. You got to go row. You got to go
ski. In order. You have to go in order.
Yeah. Ski, row, bike. So basically, in a endurance workout,
I've already figured out my strategy.
Okay, all right, but here, so there we go. So now you're resting, right? You're dying. I'm dead.
Chilling, muy chilling.
You're flexing. We crushed that section.
No shit. Nice.
We have nice red hair. Now you get 30 minutes in the recovery zone. This is dope. Okay, they got masseuses. Look at this.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that the end of the competition, or is there a third?
No, it is not. It is not.
Then you don't want to be recovering.
But you do. You chill out. You put the legs up. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Right? Then guess what? Then a sweet Metcon. Look at all this shit. You're running with this fucking, look at this. You're running with this guy. It's heavy.
Okay.
Wait, you see me running with this. Wait, you see me, my slow ass running with this. It's hilarious. Okay.
Do they know it's a long workout, or they were really sprinting?
Right. So again, partner workouts, right? Jumping over the old box. Now, here's the thing. Actually, these are all going to change. This is this year's workout. Right. Again,
it's going to change each year.
Pick up the thing. Here you go. Little training, little trade off there, right? A little ground to overhead. Then you grab the thing again. Oh, sorry, line over burpees. So certain ones you both have to do, and certain things only one of you has to do.
Running back this wow.
Again. Then I think you squat with this heavy motherfucker. Boom. Look at that drop to the ground. Boom. Look at that form. Boom.
Boom.
And then you dance around a little bit. And then what do we do? Pick up the stupid thing again. And then here we go. Check out this chick's fucking burpees. Check out the frog. Check out the frog legs.
Yoink. Dang, really exploding. Wing.
There you go. And then you're done. Then they score it all up.
Nice. And they're going to change the event every year?
Well, here's the thing that I suggested, right? So what I like about this is they didn't give away money this year, by the way.
Well, if nobody knew about it, like, it's hard to just like give away cash when you don't know if you're going to have an audience for it or whatever.
Unlike High Rocks, it's different. It'll be the same, but the same look and feel, right? but they want to change up the workouts every year. I say keep that middle one, keep that endurance one the same, because it's kind of like the love-hate piece. Like people who are super strong hate that much endurance, right? But it's actually half your score, because it's actually a part A and B, the 5K run and those machines. So it levels it out a little bit. So it's not just big giant guys that win, even though some big giant guys did win some categories. But you got to be able to put the work in on the machines. So yeah, it'll be different. It'll be different next year. They just signed a huge contract with Adidas, because High Rock signed a big contract with
Puma.
So there you go. Maybe head over to Athletics next year.
I mean, I'll try it out.
Who'd you partner with? Who would you bring over with you?
Oh shoot, I don't know. I don't know. Everyone's got like their boy, right? They got their boy in the space. Like Kent's gonna want to work with Rich, and Dylan Scott's gonna want to work with Megita. It's like I'm kind of just like floating here. I don't know. I'm maybe Isaac Sanderson, or maybe I'll just be like Rylan. Carry me, bro. Bring me over here, carry me. But then again, is it like that would be good for the team, but that's not good for my image for getting Adidas, right? Because I might come out and be working really hard, and Rylan comes in and works way harder and makes me look bad, right? So instead of Adidas being like, look at that Veejay guy, they're going to be like, look at this Rylan guy.
Well, I think they're going to want to support your team, though, for ethics, right? Like, this is our stud Americans. We want to go to America.
I get you.
Keep your eyes peeled for it.
I get what you're saying, but yeah, Adidas is the dream, dude. Terex, their new Terex line, looks so good. TRE was just popping off, and they got good gear, and they got those fast road racing shoes. No, I follow a lot of the YouTube content that came out of TRE. I want to go to TRE. You want to go to TRE next year?
Sure.
You and me?
Sure.
Let's do it.
I'll room with you. I went in 2016.
Let's go to TRE
when I didn't know what I was doing. But that's the kind of thing that's like, like whatever money like you can scrape or borrow points from somebody, get on that flight, make a bunch of content. That's the kind of stuff where you could excel, because there's a lot of the same boring shit, and you're funny, you're interesting, you come from a different athletic background than a lot of the runners. My week at TRE content would be great.
Let's work together on it this year. Coming 2024. Let's do it.
Serious though. Like, I think that's the kind of thing you could excel with. And again, I know it's not cheap, but it's the kind of thing that's like, okay. And again, like, most of your competition isn't doing that. Most of the High Rocks people aren't going to that, but you could go to that and you could start getting some different eyeballs that way. Did you know this guy Veejay Jones?
Oh.
He does obstacle racing and hybrid, but he's really funny, and he knows what he's doing, and he's super fit.
Kind of. Yeah, we're working on that fit part.
I mean, you're semi-fit.
Fit enough. We could put fit enough. He's fit enough.
Is that maybe that should be your theme?
That should be my new brand. Fit enough, dude. No matter what event you show up for, fit enough.
What about Virus International?
Virus, unfortunately, had some lawsuits come through and had to fold for a temporary amount of time. They dropped me before that, though.
Is that because did COVID sue them? No, we're the virus.
According to Mr. Smith, yes.
I'm being serious though. Who?
I don't know. They got wrapped up. Somebody else had a lawsuit going on with like Nike or something, and they brought up Virus as like a reference somehow, and then they got sucked into it in some way. They didn't give me a lot of details. I just know that something happened. They were having to close their doors and reorganize for a little bit. But they're trying to come back.
Because you were a big Virus athlete, I feel like.
I feel like I was the Virus athlete. I mean, they had BKG and CrossFit, but like BKG versus Veejay Jones, like Veejay Jones every day, right? And we made a big splash. I feel like there wasn't a lot of Virus going on in OCR, and now I see it every race. Like every race that I'm at, I'm seeing athletes in Virus, and I feel like we did a good job there. It's just when you're sick and you race like crap, they're like, bye, right? So, like,
what if you were just to give up OCR altogether and get on that trail money? There seems to be some money over there. No, they don't think it's money, but compared to us, it's a lot of money.
I'd have to lose a lot of weight. I'd have to drop like 40 pounds.
Wow, you can't do that. You'd have to go in the
I've done it. I've been that weight at this height. Like when I was in high school racing, like I was 6'1", 6.5, 6 foot, something like that. 6'1", and I weighed about 145. And now I'm about 185. I don't look big, but I've collected some weight.
Did did you coin the term lean sorcery?
Lean body sorcery was actually coined by Faye Morgan.
Wow.
I was like, I think I was doing something on Instagram, and she said, like, tell us the secrets of your lean body sorcery. And I was like, that is the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, you should
Lean
lean on
body
that.
sorcery. So I started like hashtagging it, like all my posts, and I bring it up. I even gave it a shout at frickin' Alpha Warrior, told him the merch was coming. So huge props to her. When we get that brand off the ground and we make lean body sorcery shirts, like I'm gonna send her a bunch of gear.
You know, we
And
we
you know,
we kid, but the reason biceps win races is a thing is because he posted it a lot, right? And he
that's
then
right.
backed it up, right? So
100%.
don't stop. Like we've been joking about good enough and VJElite.org or whatever, but seriously, I think lean body sorcery, people get it. It's fun, and it's also
My first athlete, my first sponsored athlete, Dylan Scott.
there you go.
100%.
He's very lean,
Dude. He does it.
right?
He's
But
good at it.
I'm being serious. You should honestly just every post should have it.
I do. I got the hashtag in there every time.
Okay, it doesn't have to be the first thing you say every time, but because somebody even brought it up. I think somebody at Alpha Warrior said that. It was like, what's that VJ thing? I want to be that.
What's up? See, it'll make a splash for sure. And it's real, right? It's not like a made up concept. It's for real. We put it on display.
Right. Did you win that or did Rylan win that? I can't even remember. I'm sorry. I'm so confused. So many things.
I finished the course first, and then he won the tug award and got the head start. And I caught him, dude. I caught him in that big tunnel of nets and stuff and the obstacles. I caught him, and we went off the cargo net at the same time. My foot got stuck in the cargo net. We would have had a great sprint finish. Like it would have been really, really close.
One for the ages.
One for the ages. I felt so good about that event too. I was just like nobody called me to be the leader through this course, and it was me. You know, machines and wall balls and lunges and that sort of stuff. And your boy came out. And he handled business.
Did you get some money for that one? I can't remember.
Yeah, for the team. It was an all or nothing for the individuals, but the team won some money. So I think I got $1,000.
Okay.
Did I ever cash that?
Oh my God.
That might be $1,000 coming my way if I didn't cash that yet. I should look. I'm gonna look.
Like there's just a check,
I don't know.
like sitting in your room, you mean?
It could be my backpack.
Take a picture of.
I know what backpack I had. I might look.
You send me a check, I take a picture of that minute. I get that shit in the account. I don't even wait till I get home that day. Sweetie, are you sick?
Bam.
You look sick.
Tell her to change your mindset.
Change your mindset. Oh, there's a cough. Dude, do you see how much better I am than we first talked 2 hours ago?
Yeah, dude. We're raising those spirits, dude. Dude.
Mindset.
Okay, so
okay, I'm good.
Okay, I was making sure you weren't actually dead because that would be scary on my part because I see you and I know I'm supposed to do something, but I can't do anything.
You'd be part of a trivia question. Who was Matt Davis's last guest on the podcast? Veejay Jones.
A race brain teaser.
Oh my God. How sad would Jack Bauer be, do you think, if I died? Scale of 1 to 10. How hard would Jack Bauer take it?
I think he would solid take it as like a 7.
Okay.
He wouldn't like emote that emotion very well, but he would feel it. He would use a lot of words to try to describe it, but it would never really get to where he wanted it to be. Like Matt, I really knew him, but then it would kind of go something like that, and you'd be like, "Wow, you're really shook up about this." Like I could tell. It would be a bummer for sure.
That was a pretty good Jack Bauer impression. Do you do a Bracken? That's a pretty good Jack Bauer impression.
So people have asked me about Bracken, and I don't know. I don't get the Wisconsin thing. I can't really add it in the right spots. It's either way too much or none at all.
But with Bracken, it's just more of the tone and the attitude, and it's very convincing. That's what we know about him. Whatever he says, like
you believe him.
You 100% believe it.
Who's the funniest person on Race Brain? Personally, when you see, like, who do you look forward to their comments?
Well,
Do you have one?
easily Rich Ryan. Rich
Yeah.
Ryan is the subtle low key killer on that
It's
show.
so good. Like these little things, and a lot of times they don't even go acknowledged. But I'm like,
Most of the time they don't.
what was that? That was awesome. Dude, yeah. Love those.
So
Love those
Bracken,
moments.
like if I were gonna do like I'll just for example, like VJ did what we all knew he was capable of doing. VJ showed up and he's the reason he's the short coast specialist, and he came and did what we all knew he was going to do. Now, if you'd lost, it would have been Rylan came and showed up, prepared, doesn't matter what the distance is, right? Like it's just convincing everything he says.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
That's why he's a great play-by-play guy. That's why he's like the perfect guy to have on commentary with you, because he's ready to sell whoever, whenever, what story. He's very good. All right, back to 2024, hybrid versus OCR. What's VJ gonna do? What's the fucking stupid sport we're in gonna do?
Well, I told him I'm gonna do another Goofy Games.
Let's go.
The king of Goofy Games. Gov Games, Dubai.
You're going back?
We're going back, baby. We're going back.
Running? Okay. I have to ask. The original Goofy, right?
Mm.
Literally, I'm watching a lot of The Crown, by the way. What a winner that show is. Literally, the definition of Goofy. I don't even know what that is. Goofy. Literally, literally the definition. Points are arbitrarily made up. Points deducted, subtracted, added, literally made up. Why torture yourself? Why put yourself back through? Your performance could be nil, could be nullified by anybody else.
$125,000. Wow. That's why.
Because Leon got that last year and said it's real. I've been to the promised land and it's real.
Yeah. So
wait a minute, is Leon the highest paid athlete in OCR? I think very possible. Be the fourth best in most races.
But is OCR
is the highest games? Is the highest paid, right?
Is Gov Games OCR?
No, Gov Games is Gov Games.
Gov Games is.
By the way, that's the only argument Rich has. Gov Games is goofy. Everything else legitimate. Everything else is legitimate. Gov Games is the only goofy thing. So you're willing to get on a plane with what team? Give me the team.
Team Colorado. I don't know if we're supposed to announce yet because
it's too late. So you,
all right, okay.
Jack
so
Bauer,
we're alternating some people. Some people have been traded.
Right.
Okay.
You didn't trade Jack, did you?
Gone. No,
Your
Jack's
puzzle
team
master.
Captain. Jack's
the
team
puzzle
captain.
Master, right?
Jack's the heart of the team, honestly.
Okay.
He brings that spirit.
Right.
And then when we lost last year, he just ditched us to go like ride around some dunes, and we all went on like a self-inward journey up a mountain together as a team, and Jack was just nowhere to be found.
Right.
But we'll just ignore that, pretend that didn't happen. No, it's good. We got myself.
Okay.
So just get that out of the way now.
Right.
Myself, Jack Bauer.
Right.
Rylan Shattuck.
Let's go.
Chris Rogloski.
Let's go.
Joshua Shattuck.
Because you got to have at least one girl, right?
No.
Don't.
She's just good. She holds her own.
I'd put her on my team. Joshua Shattuck. So I'm guessing younger brother?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's the correct name. I think it's Josh.
Okay.
And this one I'm really excited about. This is my idea. Okay. Right. Ethan Brown.
Okay. E.T. Brown, who is currently what? Where do we rank him in the
what?
I forgot what he did well in recently.
He is capable. He's really good on obstacles. He's like ninja-y, but he's got like a good engine. We don't really need engine. We just need like people that can gel together, have a good time.
Right.
And yeah. I think it'll be a solid team. And if anyone asks, we all live in Colorado.
Okay, I don't want to say this. I didn't want to say this, but I'm going to have to because we keep it real in the show.
Okay.
I was actually talking to some of your other teammates, and they said you were the Draymond Green of the team. How do you feel about that representation?
I don't understand what that representation is. Draymond Green.
Oh, man.
Do I suck?
You blew a perfectly hilarious opportunity, but that's okay. You don't follow basketball?
Oh yeah. So like, I definitely, if I would have made the correct move, we might have made it to at least a little farther. We probably wouldn't have made the final.
That you fight a lot, you beat people up. That's who you are.
What? Definitely not that. I made a mistake, but I feel like I gel with the team really well.
No, it was an opportunity for a joke, which you didn't laugh. Rich Ryan would have laughed at that joke. That's okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't follow a lot of ball sports, man. Like, it's just never been my thing. I did some ball sports growing up, some team sports, and I just not really my thing. Like football, I don't know anything going on.
How are you going to beat Little Leon and his team of foreign superstars, some of which you're racing with in Saudi? How are you going to beat those guys, the reigning
American
champs?
muscle? Okay. American muscle. There was no reason. We made strategy mistakes last time. We had little errors that cost us a lot because we didn't really know how to approach it. The Danish take their team sports, not team sports, but their team races very seriously. They've been doing this and competing at a high level since like 2017, right? So they know, like, there were people on the team that knew how to handle organizing as a team, how to compete well as a team, and what strategies for different challenges work. We did not have that. All of us that came together were individuals, and when we race as a team, is pretty much like, all right, you're going to go right now. You go as fast as you can. When you come back, I'll go as fast as I can. But we don't really work together on stuff. So there was a few times when things went a little awry, and we were like, we just kind of figured it out on the fly, and we made bad decisions. There were some things that can be corrected, and knowing that, having that knowledge, like when it was a simple task and we just had to work together and accomplish something that was very straightforward, we annihilated it every time.
Really?
Yes. When it was like a little weird strategy,
there's no good Gov Games content. I'm looking on YouTube. It's another place you better make some great content. Because I type in Gov Games on YouTube, and all it has is their own live streams.
I filmed everything that happened. And for some reason, the footage all got corrupted because I switched like what frequency it was filming at, because the lights are different over there, the power. So everything looks like a strobe light. So you have to change the frequency on the camera. And somehow when I did that, it corrupted all the footage that happened afterwards. I can watch it on the camera, but I can't play it back. I can't get the computer to recognize any of the files. I filmed I got Jack Bauer's fiance Audrey to film like most of our obstacles and our competition, which she wasn't even supposed to do, but she pulled it together. She filmed a lot of that. I filmed our team meetings, us going on workouts together, us hanging out in the hotels. 95% of that footage I can't use.
That's a bummer.
Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
It's happened to some of the best of us. I've done interviews where like the sound didn't work, and it's like it kills you because you're like, fuck, I worked so hard on this.
Dude, it was going to be great.
Is this what we're expecting? A lot more of this? Describe the audience.
There's going to be a little more obstacle heavy this year. So this was a combination of teamwork obstacles, some like mild ninja type things and agility obstacles, and
for the
carnival games.
What are we looking at this right now? Just describe to the audience the visual.
Okay, so right now we're looking at seven different obstacle courses consisting of 3 parts, bunch of different colors, and each team has 6 members, but only 5 can compete at any one time.
Okay.
And you have to either all get across an obstacle, work together to complete a puzzle. Everything's done as a team. And you have to start at the beginning of the obstacle course, make your way all the way to the finish line where you will hit a buzzer. After each obstacle, you gain a certain amount of points for completing it. And then if you complete the entire course, you get like, based on how far under the time cap you finished, which each one had like a 10-minute time cap, you get extra bonus points for completing the entire course. So even if you don't finish the whole thing, you're getting points, and then you just collect points to the entire, all 7 obstacles, and then you get your total score at the end. And the top 4 teams get to qualify onto the finals, which is this big final obstacle that we don't get to know until you get there, which is the next day.
All right. So here we are. This
for
first
example,
free fall. Okay.
Exactly.
So what's going to happen here in free fall?
Can they see this, or is this all listening? So
no, this, I'm going to put this up on YouTube. I'm going to put this part on YouTube. So that's why I'm having you do both.
So we actually started on this. You can see our team in blue all the way to the left.
That's you over there. That's Chris
us.
Rogowski?
Yep. So we were on this. We were on this course.
Why did they not show you at all this whole time? I just watched the thing for 5 minutes. Why would they?
When we start, they film us the whole time. This is the only footage we got the whole race, because this is the Dubai team right now in the black. These are the champions.
If they're trying to grow this for the world, they should.
And we dunked on those guys. We absolutely dunked on them.
Okay, well, it was awesome. I lost my fucking place. What the fuck just happened?
All right. You get frustrated. I'm going to talk people through this.
Yeah.
So the first part of the obstacle, like there's 3 parts, right? The first part is drawbridges. So there is a lasso, a rope lasso, and then there's 3 separate drawbridges that you have to toss a lasso onto a hook and pull the bridge down so that your team can cross. Only one person can throw that.
So who they tag? So who's the thrower for you guys?
Who tags in? Veejay. He's just got that skill set. Okay. All right. Laser pistol champion. So get that. I think I hit the first hook in 2 throws, the second hook in 1.
Nice.
1 toss, hooked, pulled down. We get a big lead. Anyway, so that's
there's Big Jack. I can see big redheaded Jack there. I see Big Jack, and I recognize Chris.
Yeah. So you get and Ryland has the armband. He was the team captain.
Okay.
So you pull the bridges down, your whole team has to make your way across. This was like nothing fitness going on, just a little bit of skill. The second section of the course is a maze, like on a big board. There's a big plywood board in front of us. It's like 10 feet tall, probably 10 feet wide. And there's 4 strings attached to like a little puck in the middle that has to navigate through this track. So one person watched.
Shit, the orange team already got it. Look at that.
Yeah, well, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Right.
So
can you win the game in the first quarter? Nope.
Can
you win the game in the second quarter? Can you win the game in the third quarter? No. Okay, there you
go. Look at us. You saw us go?
Yeah. Are they going to show you any more, though?
They will. Just give it a sec.
Okay.
So anyways, the second part of the challenge is that maze board. And by pulling on 4 different ropes attached to pulleys, you change the direction.
Now you're in the lead. Team USA in the lead, jumping about. And they're still not showing you, though. This is very unfair. Do they hate Americans?
So you see us on that maze board. We're pulling the ropes. So each person has to alternate pulling on the ropes to navigate this track.
Okay.
So it's still no fitness involved. It's just working as a team to do stuff. So we were way overqualified for a lot of this.
Chris is yelling at you.
Yeah, she's telling us who needs to pull on which rope to make us work well.
Now, did you talk ahead of time? This is what we're going to do, Chris. You talk,
yes.
We'll listen.
Yeah. And then the next obstacle after this is an actual obstacle. It's like a Ninja Warrior obstacle where you traverse this board and
these guys are still fucking around on the hooks
to the other board. Well, they didn't have Veejay Jones on their team, dude.
That's what I'm saying, clearly.
Come on now. Dude, I love these unskippable YouTube ads. They're so cool. And the new ones, too. The new ones are like 45-second unskippable ads. Oh, listen, it's brutal.
Earlier today, what did you say to me? You want to make YouTube money? You better worship those ads.
Ad revenue. Anyway. So we did the second part, and then we're going to get onto the one actual fitness obstacle of this, which is a board. There's 2 floating boards angled at each other, and you grab either side of the board, and you have to traverse it with your upper body and hit like a 6-foot lache, 5-6-foot lache to the next board that's floating on chains. So it's a little unstable.
Can we get a close up on the Americans, please? Finally, there we go. Okay, so we're watching on 1.75. Let me slow it down a little bit now.
See it?
Let's go down to 1 point. Let's go normal, actually. Let's watch Jack. Wow.
Look at Jack Bauer go. Look at him.
Were you not allowed to alter the shirts at all? You guys love to cut up the shirts and be funsies.
There were Lululemon shirts. We don't know how to mess with them.
Okay.
All the gear we got Lululemon backpacks, dual shirts. Everything we're wearing is Lululemon. It was awesome.
All right, so you guys are currently smashing this.
Yeah, way ahead. And we thought Dubai team was going to be the shit because they had won it like the last 3 years. And we came in and just dunked on them almost every round. That's right. Colorado homies.
Who's fifth? Is that Veejay Jones?
That's me. I was the anchor.
These guys are still on puzzle. So this is the goofy of goofy games, the puzzle.
Absolutely. It's carnival fitness. Right? Like there's a little bit of fitness in each one, but it's all like carnival based.
Here goes Veejay for the big dismount. Nope, not dismount yet. Plays it safe.
I was being safe. Like
Smart.
I'm not gonna mess with this. Smart. We're way ahead.
Okay, now we're doing buzzer. That's it. You won.
Team.
Look at that.
We were hyped, baby.
What did he just say? Hyped. What did Kent just say?
He said Colorado. And he put on like the O's in there. That was awesome.
And that's all we saw of you the entire time.
That's all you see the whole time. Then you see us on the very last obstacle, the very last of the 7 stations.
Day 8.
Day 1. There's only one day. If you go to the final, it's day 2. Yeah, right. The next day, or it's like 2 days. I think it's 2 days later because there's a bunch of different divisions. Gov Games was originally just for the like different divisions of government to like compete against each other, and then they started bringing in their community. So you have open divisions from like local gyms and groups and teams, and then they're like, we want to battle of the city. So they brought out a bunch of
Sheikh Hamdan?
That is the Crown Prince of Dubai.
Well, he competes himself, it looks like, right?
I think he used to compete with the Dubai team, but that last year he put like his best boys out and said, you do your thing. And he was just walking around with like a bunch of people following him. He's a big deal. He organized the whole thing.
Clearly. So if I want to find you guys, day 2, 4th and last day, is there anything?
We were only on day 1.
That's it. So if I go back to the day 1, it's an
you'll see me stream. Again. Yeah, you'll see us again like 4 hours later.
Let's see if I can find you. Because I remember trying to watch you guys.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Is that Jack? No, Dubai.
That's us though. We're right there with them, with the Dubai team on that same obstacle.
Did you win
probably
that
already
one?
Done?
Did you win that? Nashville. Who's Nashville?
That was the CrossFit team. Noah Olson, Chandler Smith.
Smoked by you guys.
Isaiah Vidal.
Smoked by you guys.
Yeah, they got whooped. Look, there's Isaiah.
All right, let's go back to you guys.
That might have been us, right? That was funny.
So this is the beginning?
So that's one of the obstacles. There's a treadmill, and you would have to push on the slats to make the box traverse over the water. So you sit there and you have to shuttle your person back and forth using the pulleys, but you run it. So we were running it to get people to the other side, and you got to run it back with the other treadmill.
I mean, this does look very much like a game show. This does look like a Wipeout.
Oh, absolutely.
Or MTV Road Rules type challenges.
Absolutely. Like there was a little bit of fitness on a couple things, but mostly it was just like weird teamwork shit. But the thing is, a lot of us are already going to be over there for Alula the weekend before.
Is it the weekend before?
So you might as well just drive over to Dubai and hang out because you're and do Gov Games.
I want you to see your impression of you driving over there. Ready, go. Get in the car. What are you listening to right now?
I'm probably listening to. It depends on how the race go. Did I win?
You won,
or did I lose?
You won.
So I won the race. I think I'm playing. Forgot About Dre right now.
Okay, Forgot About Veejay. Now this is straight up Gladiator style.
Dude, this is awesome. It felt really American Gladiator, and you have everyone like moving the stuff
at a target. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's a big crossbow, and you sit in it, and then you have to knock the ropes off of these targets that you traverse to get to the finish line to hit the buzzer, and your team has to lift up and adjust the height and the angle of the crossbow while I was sitting in it and I was shooting the tennis balls at the targets. Tons of fun. We crushed that too. Crushed it. Anywho,
I
yeah.
thought we were
So
gonna see you at that one.
we're doing Gov Games, is what the listeners should know. Doing Gov Games. It's the weekend after Tough Mudder. So since we're already gonna be there, might as well just go back and have ourselves a good time.
So the distance between
the space between. I think I killed Matt. Uh-oh. Matt's out. Matt's done. Here he comes. He's coming back.
I literally passed out. That's happened a few times before on the show where I cough so hard I literally pass out.
Yeah, do you know why that happens?
Because
or is that a private?
Too much oxygen leaves your brain.
Really?
Yes.
Is that like a genetic thing for you? Because I've never coughed so hard I passed out.
Well, luckily it's only temporary. What was that? A second, 2 seconds that you lost me?
I mean, that is good, but it's still like your brain shutting down for it eventually. Like, anyway.
Listen, I don't do drugs anymore, so it's kind of a free. I just got a free one, just free high. I just passed out.
That's what my dad used to call head rushes. You stand up, so yeah, you get a little free high,
right? Can you do that? I did not know you had an amazing Dave Matthews impression.
Was it good?
It was so funny. I died. I mean, I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, well, I'm glad that worked out.
Is that how you wooed your girlfriend? You sang Crash to her? You got the guitar at a party and sang Crash Into Me?
Oh, dude, maybe.
Into me.
Dude, big Ants marching fan.
Me too. If I'm in the car by myself with that one, that's what I'm putting on after I win.
Blam, 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 blam. Yeah, dude, big time.
With the black antenna waving, we all do it the same. We all do it. You're gonna have to hit that note. I can't hit that note. Ready?
I don't know if I can do that one. That's a high one.
To hit the same way, and then I'll do the middle part.
I can hit the part after the same way.
The down to the whatever.
Sound a lamp, tune down to little down.
No down, no down.
Bound to down. Down to down, cop car.
Take these turns. Place them in the box until a quiet time. Lights
down, you up and die.
You've successfully cured my cold. You've successfully cured the flu. I'm a new person. I'm fucking rocking over here. I'm probably keeping my wife up. She was gonna try to nap.
Oh,
that's such a good fucking song. Can we just play it? Can we just play the whole song? Like it's like a 9-minute song, right?
Let's do it as the outro of this podcast. When we end it, roll it out with some Dave Matthews.
It's a great. You're not millennial. You're after that, right?
I'm Gen Z, I guess.
Yeah, the millennials
98
fucking worship Dave Matthews. So I'm Gen X. I'm before that. So the tail end of my generation and the ones behind me, they fucking worship DMB. I was never that guy. I didn't see them 12 times, but I appreciate them. But you're even behind that. You're like, what are you into? Emo
Most people my age don't know who Dave Matthews is.
Were you guys the emo generation? Which guys were you guys?
No, we were more pathetic than that.
More pathetic than emo?
Well, I guess goth is like the, and then emo is like the version of that same thing. I guess it would kind of be emo, but I feel like emo kind of birthed around like the same time as like Blink 182,
which is also
I feel like that was right. Like I grew up with fucking like T-Pain and stuff like that.
Where are you?
Dude,
and I'm so sorry.
I have been trying to get Jack Goris to do karaoke with me on that song.
Okay,
it's going to be so good.
Does he sound
No, he would do the intro part like, hello there, the angel of my nightmare. He would do that part. And then I would come in with like so
perfect. Oh my God, you cracked the fucking code. You cracked the code. That's the greatest thing that could happen in our sport, in OCR or hybrid.
It's a big one for me. I've been telling him, he's agreed to it. We're gonna do it sometime soon. But I want to get like all the athletes in Colorado together for like a big karaoke night and we go have fun.
Dude, that content would break the fucking internet. I can because now I can't unsee it, right? Because it's so perfect.
It's perfect. It's so perfect. Like, and then I come in and then we both finish it out with like the 18 choruses that follow.
Don't waste.
Yeah, exactly.
The voice inside
my head. Yes, absolutely.
Oh my
100%.
God. Oh my fucking, I can't. That's so fucking amazing. I'm sorry. That's too amazing.
Well, I'm glad you like it. I think we'll definitely get that one on video. It'll be good.
So much great content for you to make out there in Colorado.
Dude, I got so many athletes around me. I want to start this Training with the Champ series. I've been talking about it for a while. It's coming out. We're starting to film it.
Listen, the Irmer guys are doing a great job. They're putting out a bunch of content. You could be right up there with them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go visit. I have like 17 different world champions like right here, and I just haven't had a car, so I can't get around. So now that I can actually leave my house with stuff with me, not just on a motorcycle, I'm gonna visit all these champions. We're gonna put a whole YouTube series together, trying to build up the other athletes in the space using myself as a host. So that's really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it.
You can do, you don't have a car yet. You can order the Uber, and then when it's late, you can say, "Where are you?"
Should I just do a bunch of Blink-182 like videos of the same thing?
Oh, I do really like that idea though of so listen, we tried to talk about what you have going on next year and we never got to it. Other than
we just get distracted. Well, I mean, we did get to that. Just Gov Games took a
I can
turn.
say this show is just as fucking interesting as Race Brain. People love that shit. People love listening to those guys talk for fucking 2 hours.
But the thing is, we've been sidetracked more than Race Brain. Race Brain will get mini sidetracked. We are like left field.
No, dude. I really do want to listen to those guys. So it's like, okay, preview show for the world champs. And I got to literally go through 47 minutes where they go, okay, Wheel of Names. You know what I mean? They get really sidetracked too. Let's just do a weekly show, Veejay. Let's just do a weekly show. How about that?
What do we call it?
I don't know. We can come up with something later. But I'm just saying, this
Matt V. Davis.
This has been hilariously entertaining to me.
Yeah, I got to get back on recording 1-800-Fitness. We kind of like fell off on that one for a little bit, but we're gonna get back on it. Gonna drop another episode. I think it's gonna be good.
If I just bug you once a week and say, you want to talk this week, and you say yes, I'm being serious. Like, it doesn't have to even be a real, like, let's
yeah, for sure. Totally.
Like this. What's going on?
I'm around. I used to work at a golf course and it snows outside now. So I don't have a lot of like job time. So you just hit me up.
If you can appreciate movie and music references, that's 99% of talking to me.
Dude, so I tell this to people all the time. Like, I don't have a lot of original sayings. A lot of the things that I say are from something I've seen and I just use it at that time. But a lot of people don't get a lot of my references either. I need to step up my probably like older classic movies, like to probably like get more on par with you so that I absorb a lot of things.
Right.
But like a lot of this sports team references, I'm gonna miss every time. Like you talk about the NBA, like I've never watched an NBA game. It just never happened. Football, I watched a Super Bowl once, the one where Brady won.
It's just that one time.
Yeah, that one time. I think he was playing the Atlanta Falcons.
Right.
And they had like a huge lead. And then they didn't. I saw that one. Your microphone is automatically editing that out. I can't even hear it. That's crazy. Oh, nice. That's good. Does that miss you? I can't hear it. Your microphone automatically gets rid of the background noise. That's crazy. Technology.
You hear it now? I'm holding it right to the fucking microphone.
I understand that. I just hear you. Oh, it's isolating the voice. I heard the voice, but none of the music. We can live like Jack and Veejay if we want. Yes. We're going to change those words for the performance.
We can have Halloween on Christmas, guys. It's Jack Orris. We got to hear where are you? And then we'll start off.
We can't hear it, man. Where are you?
Here it comes. Here it comes. Hang on.
People are going to leave this podcast, dude. There it was. We got it. We just got that. That was the only thing we got. Excellent. It was perfect.
And if I do reduce silences like I usually do for this, it won't pick it up at all. It'll sound horrible. So I'm gonna have to not reduce silences for that part of the podcast.
Tough.
I think maybe that's the other thing they don't do on that podcast, because that's a good. The longer you go, the bigger it is. And in our podcast, it ends up being like, say, 55 minutes, because it just cuts out
all the silences.
Yeah,
nice.
So
well, do that on this podcast.
For sure. Except for
absolutely.
That song. The fact that he says Jack and Sally makes it even better. Just triple down.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, let's leave the people wanting more. Let's go ahead and cut this one out of potentially the new greatest show in obstacle racing hearing. Listen, if you like this show, press 1 right now on your phones. Okay. If you don't want to hear the show again, press 2. I guarantee you we will get way more yeses than nos. Send me a DM. Okay. Send Veejay DM. Matt, this is the content we've been waiting for.
Can I make one announcement though about next year? Just one.
As many as you want.
Okay. There has been a race in the Spartan ethos that Americans are very challenged by. An American man cannot seem to up enough to win that event. Okay. And I feel like it's my responsibility as an American man to make an appearance and help out my fellow Americans.
Okay.
My fellow Americans. I'm going to be going to Trifecta next year.
Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we haven't
Nope. Woods?
Nope.
Rylan?
Nope.
Real close. Not quite.
Right.
So I guess I have to do it. They tagged me in, dude. They called in. What do they do in baseball? They call in the backup pitcher or whatever.
Right. For the left.
They called him in. So I'm going. And that's what the second half of my year looks like. It's pretty much dead focused on becoming a trifecta monster in Basilico. I'm sorry.
This is the longest episode I think I've had, seriously, in a long time. You've broken the spell. You've broken the flu. That picture I sent you 3 hours ago, I actually posted on my Instagram and said, this is what the flu looks like. I'm going to post a new version. This is what,
dude, just post that picture that I sent you too.
Right.
In between.
Right.
How long has this episode been?
It's literally, the literal time on the clock says 2:40. So if you take out some of the silences, it'll be, this is
your Joe Rogan, dude.
This is just to F you to Jack Bauer. Because every time I say that to them, I go, you guys do too long. People listen to Rogan for 3 hours, as if because one person does it and does it well or successful. First of all, I think Rogan sucks. But just because somebody gets a lot of numbers listening, that means you should do it. Boring, too fucking long. This one's amazing. Press 1 on your phones right now. Send Veejay DM and me a DM, and we'll be your best friends. Listen, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yes, happy holidays to all. I'm very much looking forward to this winter season.
Happy belated Hanukkah. Hanukkah just ended. Couldn't even light the fucking candles. I was too sick.
Too sick to light candles. That's a tough shake.
I'm too sick to light candles. It's gonna be a shitty Hanukkah.
That actually worked. That actually worked amazingly.
All right. See you later, buddy.
Impressed.